भावुची तमने मन देकी फिजिक्स क्लास गुड़ा करूथिबो ताको रिपीट करिवो बुझिया पई प्लेन मिरर चैप्टर इज ऑलरेडी ओवर आमेले स्फेरिकल मिरर आडे जिबा spherical mirror divided into two parts. One is concave mirror, another one is convex mirror. तो मोर बड़े कथा कहबार अछि तमारे भूल गलनी जे क्लास रे मो बहुत समय रे जस्ट इमेजिन बोली बटे वर्ड यूज करे किंतु ए ऑनलाइन क्लास रे एटा पॉसिबल होनी. टुडे we have to repeat the same word again to understand what is a concave mirror and what is a convex mirror. So from today we have to focus on concave mirror and convex mirror. You see, you just imagine this is a part of thin spherical sphere. Just imagine it is a part of thin spherical sphere. Suppose this is the sphere, this is the sphere, and you cut it up, then a section will come out. This part of the sphere is made up of glass. It is a part of thin spherical glass sphere. You see, this side is shining and this is a bright face. This face is comparatively brighter than this. Let's say this is the reflecting surface and the back side is opaque. So now think, this surface earlier I told you is the bulging surface. Bulging surface, fully visible. ए सरफेस टा फुली उठी दिबारो आपको कहंती bulging surface और एटा depressed surface. This surface is bulging out and this surface is depressed in. This surface is depressed in. Now reflecting surface is the concave surface. So reflecting surface is this side and this is the concave side. So the mirror is called concave mirror. So we have to put or keep the image, the object in front of the reflecting surface. Always remember, we have to keep the object in front of the reflecting surface, not behind the reflecting surface. The object cannot be placed behind the reflecting surface. So the object must be placed in front of the reflecting surface. So you see, this is an object. It is placed in front of a reflecting surface. The reflecting surface is concave, so it is called concave mirror. Now, the center of the mirror is called pool. Center of the mirror means center of the body. Center of gravity. You see, here it is balanced. That means the center is here. This is the vertex. In reflection, we used to tell this is pole. So this is the principal axis. It joins the pole and the center of curvature. What is center of curvature? Just imagine this is a sphere. So if it is a sphere, you complete it, then you will find a sphere. It is a glass, thin glass sphere. then if this is the sphere, then here will be no doubt the center. Just imagine this is the sphere. So no doubt if this is the sphere, then here will be the center of the sphere. So now this is the pool, this is the center of the sphere, this is the pool and this is the center of the sphere. So the line joining the pool and the center of the sphere, the line joining the pool and the center of the sphere is called principal axis. Just imagine this is the principal axis. So now this is the pool. The axis is 2 and I am just touching it. So now here is a red ball is here, a red ball. I am just keeping it at the center. You see. Now this is C. This is the concave mirror. This is the vortex or pole of the mirror, and this is the center of curvature, center of the spherical mirror. Vartula darpanara kendra, you may say, center of the spherical mirror, center of curvature. The same thing, center of the spherical mirror. So now the line joining the pole and the center of curvature is called principal axis. But this is a 3D diagram. Practically, you will find a concave mirror is like this, whose reflecting surface is concave, depressed in. But in 2 dimension, you won't get this. You won't get this. So what you will get? You see, in case of concave mirror, I have to take a chord like this, and you see, this is the pole, and this is the radius of curvature or center of curvature. This is the center of curvature, and this length is called radius of curvature. This is called radius of curvature. This is the center of curvature. It is denoted by C. This is the pole. This is radius of curvature. So the drawing will be, the ray diagram will be like this. You just see. It will be like this. So you can take an object. Let's say this is an object. You have to place like this. You may place it anywhere else. If this is C, no doubt, pole, this is the pole and this is C. In between the pole and the C, the focus is there. Earlier I have stated you, R is equal to 2F. That means here is the principal focus. I am just sliding the ball to the principal focus. Okay, this is the principal focus. So here was the center of curvature C. Here is the principal focus. So you can keep the object in between the focus and the center of curvature. In between the focus and the center of curvature, you can keep it here. You can keep also in the focus. You can keep in between focus and center of curvature. You can also keep on the center of curvature. You can also keep the object, place the object beyond center of curvature. So let's say here is C, here is F. F is in between pole and center of curvature. F is situated in between, principal focus situated in between pole and the center of curvature. This is the principal focus. This is the center of curvature. Let a body kept beyond center of curvature. So this is the body. This is a body. It is placed in front of a concave mirror. The object position is beyond C, beyond center of curvature. So now I have to draw this diagram in the blackboard. You also try to draw it. So this is the principal axis. This is a concave mirror. Cave, you know cave? Cave means gumpa. The reflecting surface appears like a cave. So it is called concave mirror. This is the reflecting surface. You keep a object, you just keep a object. Beyond C. The object is situating beyond C. Outside C. You may say the object is situating in between C, center of curvature, and infinity. Here is 2 point of incidence. 2 incident ray, one is parallel to the principal axis, hits the reflecting surface at K. Another one is hits the reflecting surface at the pole. But in both the cases, laws of reflection is hold. Means this is the reflected ray, this is another reflected ray, and if you draw a tangent here, then the principal axis acts as the normal. If you draw a tangent here at the pole, you will find the principal axis acts as the normal. So this is the angle of incidence. You can say this is I, and this is the angle of reflection. You can say this is R. So you must remember I is equal to R at the point of incidence. At the point of incidence, always reflection holds I, angle of incidence, is equal to R, angle of reflection. So now let's draw another tangent. This is a small tangent drawn here at K. This is a small tangent drawn here at K. It was drawn before at P. Now here is another tangent drawn at K. K is another point of incidence where the parallel incident ray strike the reflecting surface. Now you join center of curvature to that point. This is the radius of the sphere. You see, I have joined it. This is the radius of the sphere. You just taking this radius, you can complete the whole sphere. In 2 dimensions, the sphere appears like a circle. So if you will take this much of radius and draw it, and draw, fixing point C, then the outline will give you a circle, not a sphere. But practically it is a sphere. But in 2 dimensions, it appears like a circle. But in 2 dimensions, it appears like a circle. But practically, naturally, in 3 dimensions, it is a thin glass sphere. Outside of the sphere is silver coated. Means inside is the reflecting surface. Outside is silver coated means inside is the shining surface. Inside is the reflecting surface. Inside is the concave surface. So the mirror is said to be concave mirror. So from here, from this picture, we came to know one principal axis. Two pole. 3 center of curvature. It is represented as C. This is represented as P. 4. Principal focus. This is the principal focus. Principal focus is the point in between center of curvature and the pole. It is the midpoint. It is the midpoint. That's why R is equal to 2F, where R is the radius of curvature. This is the radius of the curvature. 5. Six. These two relations are highly important for reflection. R is equal to 2F and I is equal to R. Angle I is equal to angle R. So now you have covered this much: radius of curvature, focal length. Focal length is the distance from the pool to the principal focus. That is called focal length. This is the focal length. This is the focal length. This is the focal length. And this length is the radius of curvature. This is the radius of curvature. This is focal length, this is radius of curvature. You see, this is the object. This is the object. You named it as a B. This is the object. And this is the image. A dash, B dash, B dash. Achha. Listen. This length is called object distance. It is represented as U. And this length is the image distance V. This length, this is focal length. This is focal length. This is focal length. This is radius of curvature. This is object distance. This is image distance. So now I am writing 6, 7 object distance. Eight image distance. All the distances are measured from the pole. From the pole to the principal focus, from the pole to the center of curvature, from the pole to the object, from the pole to the image. So, these are the things. And another most important point is focal length. Its symbol is F. Radius of curvature, it is R. Principal focus, it is F. You use capital letter. Always use capital letter. But this is small letter. Object distance, small letter. U. Image distance, V. It is also small letter. These three are small letters. This is capital letter, this is capital letter, this is capital letter. This is also capital letter. So, the another most important thing is 9 focal plane. And another one is aperture. Aperture. So you have to know what is a focal plane. Listen. You know this is a concave mirror. You complete it, then you will get a circle. But in 3D, it is a sphere, thin glass sphere. Here is the center of curvature or center of the sphere, which is denoted by C. This is the principal axis. Look at here, this is the principal axis. This is the principal axis. This is the principal axis. This is the concave mirror. This is the center of curvature. Focus is the midpoint or the mid halfway between the pole and the center of curvature. So now I replaced the ball to the principal focus, or you may say focus. It was before at the center of curvature. Now I shifted it to the focus. Okay. This is the principal axis. So So now I am just taking this here. This is a plane. You see, you slide it slowly, slowly. The plane reached a principal focus. Now you can say this plane as the focal plane. That means the plane which is perpendicular to the principal axis, and the focus lies in it. The plane through the focus perpendicular to the principal axis is called the principal focus. The principal plane. The plane through the focus perpendicular to the principal axis is called principal focal plane. Is called focal plane. So this is the focal plane. Now remember it. This is the focal plane. Sometimes the definition comes in CCC examination. The plane which passes through the principal focus and perpendicular to the principal axis is called focal plane. So now another question is, you know, beams are three types. Beam, three types. One, parallel. Two, divergent. Three, convergent. So now we have to think about divergent and convergent beam. Means divergent rays and convergent rays. Now I have to explain divergent rays and convergent rays in spherical mirror using laws of reflection. So we have to explain divergency or convergency or divergent rays, convergent rays in a spherical mirror using laws of reflection. This is a convex mirror because the reflecting surface is convex, bulging out. Reflecting surface is this. This surface is opaque. So we have to keep the object or the incident rays strike the surface from the front. From the front. Here also the same thing. The incident ray comes from the object in front of the reflecting surface. So now these are the incident rays. You may say parallel rays coming from infinite strike the surface of the reflecting surface of the concave mirror. This is the point of incidence. What happened? In this case, the reflected rays bends away. Why? Because you draw a tangent first. First, you identify where will be the center of curvature. So, take an approximation. Here is the C. You can do the same thing here. Take an approximation. Draw the tangents here. You join here. These are the normals. These are the normals. आमे ज्योमेट्री रे पढिसे ना गोटे स्पर्शक कहती गोटे स्पर्शक कहती आ गोटे कहती स्पर्श बिंदुगामी व्यासार्ध. तो एटा होची स्पर्श बिंदुगामी व्यासार्ध. एटा स्पर्श बिंदुगामी व्यासार्ध. आ ए गुडाक स्पर्शक. Hello? So now what happened? This is the angle of incidence. So no doubt angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. Angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. So this is the reflected ray at this point of incidence. Similarly, this is I. This is R. No doubt this is R. In this way, you can find, you just extend it. This angle is I, this angle is R, this angle is I, this angle is R. Always remember, angle I is equal to angle R. This is the law of reflection. So now, from this figure, it is clear that the reflected rays are divergent in nature. So that's why we extended those reflected rays and they all appear to meet at a common point. Appear to meet means they are not meeting. Appear to meet. If you will extend them, they will meet, definitely meet at a common point. And that point is known as principal focus. So this is the principal focus. And no doubt, the distance from the pole to the principal focus is called small f. And the distance from the pole to the center of curvature is called R, radius of curvature. So from the figure, it is clear that no doubt, we have not used any compass, any scale, any pencil. But by approximation, it is clear that 2 times f is equal to R. That means twice this length is equal to the radius of curvature. Twice of focal length is equal to radius of curvature. And that's why the convex mirror is divergent in nature. And this is the concave mirror. This is the concave mirror, and it is convergent in nature. You just join, no doubt here will be F, no doubt here will be F. F is the principal focus, is the midway between the center of curvature and the pole. So it is the midway. Join it up. Join it up. Join it. Here you see now these are the reflected rays. All the reflected rays are meeting at a point. They are meeting. They meet at a point, not appear to meet. They meet at the point. That point is called principal focus. From this figure, from these two figures, it is clear that this focus is a real focus and this focus is a virtual focus. And why it is real? Because all the real reflected rays are meeting at a point. But here all the virtual reflected rays are meeting at this point. So that's why the image formed in case of convex mirror is always virtual. But in case of concave mirror, it is real. So now you just tell me the behavior of a concave mirror is what? Convergent. The behavior of a convex mirror is what? Divergent. Divergent in nature. Okay. All the best.